Y'all don't know just how excited I am for today. What's up, guys? Hope you're having a great day today. Today is new car delivery day. And yes, you heard me right. I have picked up a new car. It's about 100 miles that way. So we got to get in the TT and we got to go. So let's get started. So as you can tell by the odometer, it says 80,444. And you might be wondering, why is that so special? I got this car with 77,444, or well, close to 77,444 miles. Meaning I have now done 3,000 miles in my Audi TT. And I have to say, they have been a fun 3,000 miles. Road trips, car meets, mountains. Yeah, the mountain drive. That was memorable. But yeah, so 3,000 down, a lot more to go. And about 3 hours later, we have made it to the house. And right behind the big garage doors is where the new car is. But for now, I gotta stuff the TT where the small garage door is, so this is gonna be fun. Where's the thingy? The next day. Okay, so it's a new day, and the car is right in front of me. I'm at a loss of words. This has been a 6-month-long search. Ever since we sold our Odyssey, we have been searching for this replacement car. And this car, I think, represents 25 years of hard work so well. And oh my God, it's crazy to say. This is my dad's dream car, by the way. And he is over the moon with it. And so am I. Because the car that we have bought, I can't believe I'm saying this. This is a 2023 Tesla Model Y. So yes, we ended up picking up a 23 Tesla Model Y, and I have to say, this car, it was perfect for us, legitimately speaking. Like, it has the upgraded wheels, it has the black interior, which, I mean, I don't really care about interior colors all that much. The thing I really cared about on this car was that it had enhanced autopilot, which, if you guys don't know, you can upgrade this to FSD for only $2,000. So rather than paying the $8,000, you can just get it for $2,000. And I mean, this wasn't a lot more than any other normal autopilot car. Like, this car, out the door, including the $2,000 FSD, was around $35,600. So $35,600 for a full self-driving Tesla with only 25,000 miles on the clock, one owner, clean title, all of that. Just seeing it from this perspective, this car, I tell you, this means a lot to me and my family. This car, I think, I have the most symbolic value over, even more than my Z3, even more than my TT. And the reason for that is, well, I'm going to tell you guys a story. So my mom came to the United States in the late 90s. My dad came soon after in the 2000s. They were married in 95. And so they had to do long distance for a few years, 8,000 mile difference between them, without cell phones, without any of that. And when my mom came to this country, we had no money. We didn't get money from India, and my mom had to start anew here. And she was able to save up a decent amount of money. She got an apartment after my aunt, or after she moved out of my aunt's house. So thank you to my aunt if she's watching this. This story's a bit of a rough one to tell. Essentially, after that, my dad came to this country in 2000. He was able to come to the country, and so he's been in the country now for 25 years. And when he first came here, his degree, he had a degree in engineering, and a lot of jobs, they wouldn't take him. And it's a sad story to tell. They didn't accept his degree. They didn't really care about his degree, so he couldn't get any good work. So for years, he was just working in a circuit city, making ends meet. My mom was as well. And man, this story, it's a great story to tell, and I love telling the story, but it's still a story to tell. Yeah, and so my dad, using some of the money my mom saved up, was able to go for his degree here in America, and he was able to graduate soon after I was born. There's actually this photo of him and me at his graduation. This car, I know I'm going well off topic, but this car represents the sacrifice and the hard work that my family has put in to everything. And to be able to afford this was the American dream come true for my parents. And yeah, I think this car represents that dream more than any of the cars we've owned in the past, more than the Z3, more than the TT, more than the Clarity, any of them. I typically don't get emotional on this type of thing, but I know the hard work that my family has put in for 25 years to be able to afford cars like this. And I yeah, I'm really happy for them. I also gotta say real quick, just yo. I mean, this lineup is insane. It's crazy to think, 2.5 years ago when I started this channel, we had a 2004 Odyssey, my 98 Z3, and a 2015 Prius. And now look where we are today. 2016 Audi TT, 2018 Honda Clarity, and 2023 Tesla Model Y. Upgrades, people, upgrades. I know a lot of people are gonna say, why is this a dream car? Who dreams of a Tesla? And I mean, it's the case of, it's the American dream. I mean, heck, the Tesla Model S is why I'm into cars. A relative of mine picked up a Model S, and then slowly over time, I was just like, or actually not even over time, just all of a sudden actually, I was just like, oh my God, there's something cool about these 2-ton boxes of steel, aluminum, all that stuff. And that's how I guess ended up indirectly with me on YouTube and me with this TT. I also wanted to quickly thank you guys for all the support. I have been filming for about 2.5 years, and I have to say I'm really grateful for every single one of you guys that's viewed my videos, liked my videos, disliked my videos, commented on the videos, all of that stuff. And I mean, subscribers, you guys aren't left out either. Thank you guys for all the hard work you've done, because this all has been just, the support has been why I'm filming videos still. It's why I haven't sold this and bought, you know, a Camry or something like that. It's why I love cars. The community is amazing with you guys. I know there's some bad apples out there, but yeah, I mean, we can't do anything with the bad apples, but we can enjoy the good apples, I guess. Because, I mean, cars like this, cars like this, cars like that. These cars, there's a community around them, and you gotta love community. Alrighty, so I can't show you all this just yet, but we have right around, I'd say, 6.5 hours on the road, 321 miles in total, all the way to Baltimore. And we're gonna get there probably, according to the car, sometime around 10:30. We do need one charge stop in Virginia, so hoping for the best, so let's get started. I need to disconnect the charger first. Alright, so first drive in the Model Y, where I'm driving. I am, not gonna lie, a little nervous. This regen braking thing is going to confuse me like no other. And I mean, oh God, this is gonna be an interesting process. It's the case of, I can't use the FSD just yet, but I am I am excited for this trip. It's about, I think, 330 miles in total one way, so both ways 660. So about 600 miles for this trip, so there's that. Oh my God, yeah, this is terrifying. Even, like, I've driven a few times. Is that a hearse? Oh my God, that's a hearse. Driving this, it feels a lot different. I have the settings set similar to my dad's settings, who likes having, you know, being high up, whilst I like being, you know, low down. That's why I have a TT after all. But adjusting it a bit more, it feels a bit more to the ground, which you gotta like that. And I mean, sitting in this thing, it's so minimalistic. I'm kind of freaked out by it. Like, the TT is minimalistic, yes, but at least, you know, you have your stuff right in front of your face. Here, while I can see my speed just fine, it's the case of, I guess, it's still off of my peripheral, so I'm a little bit hesitant on that. It's not perfect, but it does the job. Okay, so we're about, I'd say, 13 miles into the trip, 14 miles. So we've already lost somewhere around 17 miles of range. So we're down 3 miles of range in such a small period of time. It makes me worry about the next 300 miles that are coming up ahead. So let's see what happens. So I have to look straight ahead when I say this, because the camera is currently watching me, because FSD is now activated and we're on the road just doing about 70. I legitimately have not had to do much. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, the car has been changing lanes for us. It has been accelerating, decelerating, doing everything it needs to do. And it's doing it perfectly fine. Like, legitimately speaking, the car will just do its job for you. All I have to do is just look at the road and make sure there's nothing coming up ahead, which is perfectly fine by me. I'm doing that already when I drive. It's so weird to do this, because it's like, I'm so used to driving cars, having fun with cars, sending cars, going full send on them, downshift, all that. This car doesn't have paddles. This car doesn't have a transmission to speak of. It doesn't even have an engine, which, you know, obviously. Compared to the Audi, it's a very different experience. I think, though, if you have people with you, it makes this so much more fun, because it's like, you know, you get to talk to them more, you get to engage more. But if you're on your own, you're just basically playing night security guard for a guy who's driving for you, which I don't know how I feel about that. Especially not yet. FSD has only been around for a few years, so when it gets more advanced, I'd say, then it'll probably be just more of, I can relax, I can just listen to some music and vibe. Versus right now, it's the case of, okay, let's make sure it does not hit anything. As for range, this thing is eating up range. I don't know if it's because of how fast we're going or if it's just because the car is just consuming electricity, but we're down to 250 already. We started the trip with 307. We left around, I'd say, 430-ish, I'd say? Something around that. Okay, so in the past few miles, we have lost a lot of range. We're almost at 100 miles lost of range right now, and we have the energy thing pulled up right here to show the projected range. It says 223, but it's predicting about 175, so that's not good. That is not good whatsoever. It'll make it to the supercharger. I have full confidence it will make it to the supercharger, but man, this thing is consuming a lot, and we've been on FSD for most of this trip now, so that's crazy, but at least it was able to gain back some right there. Oh wow, a lot actually. Okay, so we're about 25 minutes away from the supercharger. It is currently 6:28. We'll get there around 6:52 as shown right there. And so it's been doing a good job at it. There's a few little small things here and there where the car is being a bit weird. It randomly turned on the headlights, it'll randomly do the windshield wipers, and right there, I'm hoping you guys can catch that. It randomly thinks that somebody's in the back seat in that position. Nobody's there. My mom is behind my dad who's filming right now. So I have no clue who's behind me. It's like some phantom. I can't figure it out. As for me, I'm doing fine. Nothing too much to report. The seat's a bit, admittedly, in my opinion, a little uncomfy, I have to say. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the seat. I like something like what's in my Audi a bit more, which makes sense. It's not really designed to be a luxury car. I was speaking with somebody on this. If you want a luxury car, go with like a Model X, not necessarily a Model Y. This car will just do the basic necessities. That's why it's so minimalistic in the first place. We're down to 148 already. We've barely gone, I think, we're maybe 120 miles, give or take. So that's insane. Like, I think I can pull up the odometer here somewhere. Yeah, we've gone about 125 miles in this car, which, my God, like 125 miles we've driven and we've lost right around 160 miles of range. So we've used about 40 miles of range, in other words, on things like air conditioning, music, things like that. So that's just insane to think about. But on that note though, I mean, I haven't really had to think much about driving the car, which is a good positive on this case. Like, I'm probably sure if I wasn't doing FSD throughout this trip, this would be a lot less range consuming, but I would probably be a lot more exhausted, both physically and mentally. All right, so up until the end, I was using FSD through this entire trip. I did not turn it off once until I manually overrid it just there. Oh, where are you going? Oh my God. So now we've arrived to the Tesla supercharger. Now, I don't know if Tesla still has that thing where like you're like, oh, you have to be apart from each other, kind of like urinals are, but let's see. Hopefully that's not the case. The car can park itself, but I want to reverse this thing in. To say I am nervous is the understatement of the century right now. Okay, so we're done with the first half of the trip. I am done driving for now. I think it went fairly good. FSD did its job. The problem is that this thing ate battery up like it's pasta or something like that. I don't know why I said it like that. We can see right over there, up there, that we have 118 miles of range. We started with 307 and we're about 100 and let's see what the trip odometer has to say. We're about 150 miles away from home. So in other words, this thing ate through almost 200 miles of range, about 190 or 180 for sure, just to get here. So that's insane. But on that note, let's go charge this car. Okay, so in enough time for me to use the restroom, eat a wrap, that's about it really. We've already finished charging up. We have about a few more minutes just so we can get to 85%, just for a bit more wiggle room. But I have to say, Model Y, she's doing pretty good right now. So we just paid $11.21 for this session. We went from about 118 miles to about, I'd say 248. So we've gained about 130 miles for $11.21.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
So on Friday, we were able to get the Model Y up to Maryland with no problems whatsoever. We had like one or two little hiccups where it was like, oh, the map just didn't recognize anything. But for the most part, it was doing perfectly fine. And even throughout the past day or two of driving it around, we've stumbled upon, like, the one issue that it's been having is, like, parking lots, like the, I guess, shopping complex parking lots. Sometimes it struggles in those. But for the most part, it's doing perfectly fine, I have to say. Now, we have another, I'd say, about 200-300 miles ahead of us. So let's get on the road. We're already in the city with FSD. We've gained some confidence. We're not manually doing the city driving. We're letting FSD do that as well. And it's doing a fairly good job. I show you guys the screen, but it's also showing the map where we're staying, and that's a whole other problem. So I can't show you guys that, but you're gonna have to take my word for it. So we're currently dealing with a little bit of clogging up as that police car cuts through 4 lanes of traffic. Holy crap. And yep, you guys can see it over there. Let's see how this Tesla handles this. This will be an interesting one, because this is borderline gridlock, and I've had my negative experiences over on this traffic. I want to see how the Tesla can handle this. My prediction is that it's just going to keep staying straight on this and not really do much. I don't think it'll cut up, it'll cut through anything. Maybe if there's a lane that's going really fast in comparison. We see that it's going on for a while up ahead, and in the meantime, yeah, it's come back, so great. Thanks, 95 traffic or 495 traffic, I forgot what interstate we're on. Even though in this case, like, it's maintaining lanes, it's just staying in this lane, which some can argue is a good thing, some can argue is a bad thing. Maybe someone can say, oh yeah, no, I could have cut through and just gotten through a bunch of these cars, but yeah, I don't know. So right now the car is driving in the standard setting. I'm sure if I had put it on the more aggressive setting, then it'll probably cut through maybe a little bit, but not too much. And then chill setting probably would be doing the same thing as this. By the way, for those of you guys who haven't had much experience with FSD, there's 3 modes of FSD essentially. So there's the chill mode, which will be kind of like a granny driving, standard mode, which is like your normal driver, and then your aggressive mode, which is basically fast accelerating, definitely a bit more on lane changes, that type of thing. The one thing I don't love about the FSD, what it's doing is it's stopping very close behind other drivers. So typically my rule with stopping distance is I always try to stop so that there's enough room to see like the bottom of the tire. I don't know if that's what everyone does, that's typically what I try to do. But in this car, I can barely see the bottom of the bumper, if that. So we have a warning, full self-driving may be degraded due to poor weather. So this is going to be interesting. The car seems to still be doing fine, it's just really raining right now. So this will be interesting. So not only do we have this ginormously horrific weather, we're also in the middle of a traffic jam, which that's just a great combination we'd love to see. And the rain is getting a bit worse. So far the FSD has held up its own. Set it to 69 and then up it to 70. So we can't exceed 70 miles an hour due to the poor road conditions, even though it is literally sunny right now. What happens if you disable it? Yep. Like, turn off the FSD, speed up to 75, and then try turning it on. Hit the brake pedal a little bit, and then speed up to 75.
Now turn on the FSD again.
Yep. There we go. Okay, so it works fine.
It learns.
It learned from its failure last time, I guess. And just like that, we have arrived to the V3 superchargers. These things are insane. 600 miles of range in an hour.
Now turn
That's
right
insane
onto
to say.
Prince Albert Avenue.
Now, is it gonna park for us? Oh my god. No way. So this thing is parking for us.
Give me the energy. So
Oh my god. So aside from that rain fiasco that you guys saw and off camera nearly getting pulled over by a cop, this car has basically been driving itself the whole time. Oh my god. Alright. We come on into there to see 800, 850, 900. Oh my god. 940, 950, 965. 970 miles an hour. Okay, it does have to cool off a little bit. So it starts off strong and then chills out. Legitimately, in about a minute, we've gained 14 miles of range. That was fast. That is super quick. I got to admit, these things, they cost a bit of money, but it is so worth it. In total, the last supercharging session we had, which was on the way there, was somewhere right around $10, $11. So, you know what? It's not the worst. It's definitely about, I'd say probably more expensive than gas, but you're not supposed to supercharge every day. That's meant for more road trip stuff. Versus gas, even if you're going in the city, even if you're going wherever, it's gonna cost you a bit of money. Okay, so we're running into a little thing with the Model Y. So we're currently at about 95 miles of range. It's about 31 miles left to the first destination. We're at 31% battery right now, so we'll fall to 17% when we get there. And then to my house is 12%. So that's the part where I'm a little worried about, because we're gonna enter into a very low percent range. And I know that mile-wise, it's gonna still be, I think, like 30 or so, give or take, but that's still, I feel like, a little too close for comfort. I'm starting to now understand where the range anxiety comes from, especially looking at this navigation. It just says the percents, it doesn't say how much mileage is left. And on that note, as we're about to see driving up right next to me, R32 Volkswagen Golf. Okay, so we have reached the point of the first stop. Thankfully, the next stop is very close by. The issue though is Sentry mode currently unavailable, insufficient charge. The car is at 19%, which translates to about 57 miles. Now, am I gonna drive 57 miles? Probably not, but I am a little bit anxious. That range anxiety do be hitting right now. Alrighty, and just like that, I think today's video is in fact over. We have completed somewhere in the neighborhood of about 600 to 700 miles on the Tesla Model Y. I'll put it right here. In only about, I'd say 4 days. Wait, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days, yeah. So that's just crazy to say. In terms of the battery, as you guys can see there, we're down to about 37 miles, 38 miles. It's gained a mile of charge. And I mean, obviously we're plugged in, but it held its own. Like, the percentages look scary, I think. My thinking is that the percentages look fairly scary to see. Like, when you're down to, you know, your last 13%, you're kind of nervous on that. But in this physicality, like seeing the actual miles, 37, that's not too bad, I have to say. But if you liked today's video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. And just like that, I'm out. I have to say, the garage has never looked any cooler. Peace.